This is my full guide on maximizing your natural testosterone. First, we're gonna start with the diet, then the physiological stuff you can do, and then the psychological stuff you should do. First of all, the diet. Red meat, eggs, berries, that are all food groups that you should definitely have because they will contain the building blocks that you need in your body to create testosterone. Also, caffeine is really good. I didn't talk about that in my caffeine guide, but I think you should have coffee to increase your androgen adapter sensitivity. This is basically how your testosterone gets expressed. If you have good androgen receptors, then even a little amount of testosterone on your body can be used for a lot of things. There are a bunch of nutrients you need to have to maximize your testosterone, and a lot of people are deficient in them. And if you're deficient in them and you start to supplement them or get them through food, then it will increase your testosterone. It's not like eating more of those will give you more testosterone always. No, it will just be helpful in a lot of people that are deficient. And the thing is, a lot of people are deficient in those. That's why you should maybe think about supplementing them. Part of them are zinc, magnesium, boron, vitamin D. These are all macronutrients that we need and we can't be deficient in if we want to maximize our testosterone. Animal-based fats will contain a lot of cholesterol, and that's the number one building block for your testosterone. Also, pomegranates, they are also really good. And brazil nuts and mixed nuts in general. They will have a lot of the micronutrients that you need, especially selenium, which will be in brazil nuts. And the amounts of selenium in brazil nuts will be really good for your testosterone. And now the physiological stuff you can do. Obviously, sleep a lot, sleep as much as you can. People always say you should sleep at least 6 to 8 hours, but that's definitely not enough. 8 hours, the upper range, is probably alright, but 6 hours is not gonna be enough to maximize your testosterone. I would even recommend to sleep at least 9 hours and even more if you need more. You should definitely also sunbathe because most of us are deficient in vitamin D and sunlight has a lot of advantages. I'm gonna make a whole guide on sunlight. Having a sufficient amount of body fat is also good. You should not be fat, but you should not also be completely shredded. Most of you guys will be fat, so losing weight or getting into a healthy body fat range is the best you can do. If you're cutting, you will have lower testosterone, but if you're cutting to reach a healthy body weight, that's still better than staying fat. You should also optimize your gut health, which will happen if you focus on your diet. And there's also a lot of psychological stuff we can do. And to be honest, we could probably only do the psychological stuff and even have more advantages from that than the psychological stuff and the diet. What is important for testosterone? Why do we need testosterone? We need it to compete. And if you are not in competitions with other men, then you will not have testosterone because your body will basically not even need it. You need testosterone because men are in competitions, and if you're not in competitions, you fuck yourself over. Try to get into competitions, do some kind of martial art. If you go to the gym, take a friend with you and compete with him. Try to lift more than him and do it in a friendly manner. There's no need to be toxic or anything. Be friendly with the men around you and try to compete with them. What you could also do is try to reach an unrealistic goal. Set a somewhat difficult and unrealistic goal for yourself and work towards it. Definitely try to reach it. If you don't reach it, it will have a negative effect on your testosterone. If you do reach it, it will have a positive effect on your testosterone. And also, as a man, if you want testosterone, you need to defend, fight, and protect. Again, martial arts will help you develop that, and they will definitely raise your testosterone. And you should protect the people around you. You should defend the people around you if any type of negative thing is happening to them. You should help people in need. So if you just want a lot of bang for your buck, just eat a lot of animal-based fats. Make sure your micronutrients are covered. Sleep enough, and also compete with others. I think the best way to increase your testosterone psychologically is probably to do any type of martial art. It doesn't have to be striking, it can be grappling too. And a small thing I forgot to mention is no-fap cycling. So it's proven that if we do no-fap, on the 7th day is basically where our testosterone peaks, and then it goes back to normal baseline. And I think if you save yourself for these 7 days, that could be helpful for you. So why not just try it?